like to go ahead and call the meeting East Shine Township to order, please. Clerk with the roll.
Okay, Supervisor Westrick.
I'm here.
Matei here. Treasurer Hart. Here. Trustee Babel. Here. Trustee Blackstock.
Here.
Trustee Richley.
Here.
Trustee Nats absent.
Okay, pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda approval, there's three things we'd like to add on to the agenda. There's information in front of you all for that. First one is to authorize the township manager and the clerk to review and sign the community television programming service agreement. Second one, approve the pay increase for a returning seasonal worker from the DPW. And the third, authorize township manager to review and approve the amendment to the lease agreement on the portable trailer down at the DPW. So with that, I'd like to add those three items to the agenda. Is there a motion?
So move.
Support? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Minutes from last meeting for approval? Any comments, questions?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Trustee Richley? Support to that? I'll support that.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay.
Presentations and guest speakers, we don't have any tonight, I believe. Public comment. You get 3 minutes each. We'll time you. Seeing none, I guess we'll go ahead and move on
Okay.
to the consent agenda. First one's financial reports. Any questions or comments on the financial reports? No? Marine City Area Fire Authority run report and the St. Clair Area Fire Authority run report attached. Park meetings, Park Commission meeting minutes, February and March. Nothing there. Historical meeting, same thing. Anybody got any questions on any of the above? Is there a motion?
No.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Trustee Richley?
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Disbursements. Attached are the invoices of $92,921.23. We got payroll of $33,782.98. Accounts payable is $46,118.05. EFTs are $58,876.36. And we have some e-checks of $302.30. Anybody got any questions on that?
I do have one comment. It's on the township credit card disbursement of $2,870.50. That's a combination of, I believe, 4 different credit cards. Now, it does have to be paid by the 25th or we'll get extra late charges. But I do have emails out questioning some of the, I guess, vouchers that were turned in. And I do have a question on the current late charges on one of them, just so everybody knows that. But again, it does have to be paid or we'll get further late charges.
What's that check number, Nicole?
Check number is 037258.
Thank you.
And Corinne is aware of it as well already.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'll make a motion to pay the bills as presented with verification of check number 037258.
Motion by Clerk Matei, and support.
Support?
Trustee Hart. Roll call, please.
Treasurer Hart.
Yes.
Trustee Babel.
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock.
Yes.
Trustee Richley.
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Westrick.
Yes. Motion's carried. Unfinished and old business. I don't see anything there unless you guys. Okay. New business. We can begin for a closed session. Pursuant to the law, we have to go into a closed session for labor negotiations.
That's correct.
Right, so
I'll make that a motion to enter into closed session at 7:35.
Support.
roll call, please.
Treasurer Hart?
Yes.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock? Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Westrick?
Yes. Okay, we're in closed session. New business 2. Sanitary sewer pipeline pressure testing and grouting. DPW is going to be performing that. Got any questions about that?
This is in the budget, right? Correct?
It's a
Yeah.
grant, isn't
okay.
it?
No, this is part of regular maintenance, the 590-5299.
Okay.
Yeah. Sewer fund repair and maintenance? Okay.
Sinkhole.
So we need an I guess a motion to approve the project total cost, $18,763.
So move.
Support.
Richly support. We don't need a roll call to that.
Yes, we do.
All right.
Anything with money.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Treasurer Hart?
Yes.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Westrick?
Yes. Moving on. New business item number 3, request for waiver of emergency run fees. Sandy, you want to brief us on that? I think that,
Yes, I had an extensive conversation with the resident. She decided not to come tonight because she's very emotional about the whole train of events, as you can imagine. And she is asking for the 2 runs, $500 in emergency run fees to be waived due to financial constraints.
due to financial constraints,
Yes.
since I'm kind of new to the board here, what's been our past policy on this? Have we-
Well, there were a few years that we haven't been billing,
Mhm.
and we just kind of started it back up. And we were gonna kind of see how it went this year and review,
I'm glad you feel this one. I've got a few calls too, so.
if it's, sustainable or, when you sit on the other side, I guess, in hearing the events that take place,
It's just
You really can-
on top of everything type thing.
yeah,
I
right.
agree.
It all piles up, and they're not expecting these, because most everything, if they have health insurance or whatever kind of insurance is covered through there. So,
I guess my question is it their responsibility to contact their health insurance and see if it's covered by them and submit the bill to them?
it's been my experience in the past, when I was doing this billing years ago to residents, that there's no way for us to submit the billing to insurance or their, it's not it has to, everything that goes through insurance has billing codes, and
Right.
there's like a system, and we are not in that system
And they've paid Tri-Hospital
There's no
EMS probably
already.
for that run.
Correct, yes.
And the run for our medical is in addition, because maybe they can get there a little bit sooner, and maybe they can help and save, and that's,
Well, and
we
years ago.
feel it's in our best interest to do that.
Right. Years ago, it was explained to us that when someone does call 911, they can't filter out
What's important.
and make
what's
the
not.
call, is this life-threatening, so they just send everybody. Everybody goes. Well, then, of course, we incur these costs per run. So, beginning of this year, we decided that if someone did want to ask to be waived, the board would consider that and,
And we have the policy attached that's been
Right.
put in place for that.
right. So, she is here requesting that now.
So, the question that, because I remember this one from November of 21. Like, whatever happened with that? The,
Which one?
on the very back of the, of
That was
MP3.
provided as the most recent request that was denied by the board.
Yeah.
That is an uncollectible.
And so we never got any payment or anything from that?
That is an
Okay.
uncollectible.
Okay.
And it's-
We've sent them another notice. That address has received more requests because they have had more runs. That was only the first 6 months. So this address
a
also
different-
has received
Oh,
another
back here.
bill.
One.
And now, stupid question, like, I heard something, like the county is talking about doing like a millage for that. I mean, obviously that doesn't help in this case, but like, is that anything to do with this?
It
Like-
probably does not pertain to
No.
this at all.
Oh,
It's
This is
probably
our-
for
oh.
This is a
911 or
township
their
ordinance.
own operation.
Okay.
It's for their operating millage.
Oh,
for
okay.
that.
Yeah.
So there's two things that were no charges. Is it like the first couple?
Yes, so the
Or-
ordinance is attached, and the ordinance calls out that multiple runs to a particular address after the first two would be charged.
They get two
Okay.
free per year type thing. They
Okay.
have over that.
Right.
I mean, my thing is, I mean, it's not excessive, like some of the ones that we've had, but I don't know. I mean,
What do
I
you
think it could be either way on this one.
Yeah.
Well, we do have an ordinance, and we do have a provision, I think, and financial hardship is one of them, and stated that that was something that she had mentioned. I'm sure she's got a lot of bills with that. I guess it's up to the board what you want to do.
So did she only have
There was four
2
runs,
or 4 runs? Okay,
4 runs in the year.
total.
Or some of the other things talked about too, that are in this.
In my discussion with her? Yes.
I mean, I'm quite concerned about, when the fire department made the run and they had a family member come with them, a son. And they-
That I don't know. I can't verify that, or I don't even know how we would approach that.
I know.
I mean, you don't know. They could have been in training, or.
Well,
they could have been-
that was my point. I know, Team, is that one of the fire? He has a son that's in EMS, and he
Correct.
goes with him sometimes, and so that could have been the case, and I, wanted to find out for sure.
I've got a meeting Wednesday, Green City Fire Authority, and I wanted to bring that up tonight.
Okay,
And I'll let you know what I hear.
thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I read
That was
that too, and
kind of
that's,
a
I
concern.
planned on talking about that, but I mean, that's a sidebar from what she's asking from us right now.
Right. And there's a couple of things that, Okay.
I would like us, maybe by the end of the year also, if we continue this, to maybe review and see how many other communities are going back for this reimbursement to their residents. Is this a sustainable, really, do we want to continue this practice, and is
Well,
it getting us results anyway?
This reimbursement is an agreement between our fire authority and this township, correct?
No.
They are billing us.
Yeah, they're billing us for
The
runs.
fire department is
Yes.
billing us
Yes, they are,
for excessive runs.
No.
per run.
Per run.
Every
So they
single
pay
run.
some.
I understand that. So
Right.
the decision that we need to make is, are we gonna absorb that cost
Right.
Correct,
equally throughout the township?
correct.
That's the way this
So,
ordinance is
we-
written, we're absorbing up to 2 per household.
As it's
Already.
As
Right.
allowed.
Correct.
Right.
So
I can
my
tell you,
point is the other example, we chose not to waive that fee. And again, it's the slippery slope concept.
Right.
Where does that start and stop?
Yes.
I know Cotterville Township used to charge, because I used to bill all that, for accidents, medical runs, everything. And then they did a special assessment to cover those costs, and we no longer charge for that. That way, those funds pay for those, and it goes on your tax bill.
Was it a millage,
It was a millage on your tax bill.
a voted millage?
Yep, that's how they do it now. And there's no administrative billing
Right.
anymore of it.
And I think other communities too also maybe have a fire millage or police millage, that kind of thing as well. So it's, that part of it's all separate.
Yep. We have all three.
I mean, it may be something we want to consider. I don't,
When did we do this ordinance that we're gonna bill? How long?
well, we've had it for a while,
Had it for a while?
many years. We
Okay.
just updated it a little bit, beginning of the year or the end of last year.
Adopted in 2006.
Yep, 2006.
It makes it tough when we don't enforce it for a while and then we turn around and start enforcing it again.
Right.
Well, and in the past,
It really does.
years ago, for all the years that I was doing that billing, it was the board's position that I wasn't supposed to go after, you know,
Pursue it.
Yeah,
people if they couldn't afford it. It was dropped after that. It was,
Kinda like an honor system, kind of.
yeah,
yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't think she was abusing it by any
No,
means.
right, right, right,
It's
right.
a valid call,
Right,
and,
right.
But I believe
and we wanna
too-
encourage them to call 911 if they think there's a problem,
Right,
absolutely.
right.
Well, and at the time when we did come up with this and start this, we did have a professional facility in our township that was actually abusing the system and using understaffing, calling for assistance, lift assist and all those kind of things, and we were paying it for these runs. And so that's kinda how,
Yeah.
in my memory, how it all started.
right.
Because it was quite excessive costs all the time. And I'm not sure if it's been curbed since then, but I know it decreased a lot over the years during that time when I was doing that billing. So it's kind of where it started, and I don't know where we're at now, but
Maybe we need to review this ordinance.
Yeah, in the meantime, I don't know,
Are there that many people?
it's tough.
In the township that are billed for this?
I'm sorry?
Are there that many people that are billed for this in our
It's quite a
township
few.
each year?
Let's see.
Mallard's
I don't have it in front of me,
had quite a few of them.
but it looks like
Independent.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe 12, maybe between 12 and 15
per quarter?
annually.
Annually.
It's
Oh,
done
annually.
annually. It's done annually.
Those are households.
So it combine, or it
Yeah,
accumulates.
Addresses that went over two
through the year.
runs per,
Yeah, but you could have one of those addresses that had 12.
Right.
We've had one that's had close to 40.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, there's just the
Wow.
couple,
but they paid it.
No,
no,
That's
we
this
never
one,
get
isn't it?
those.
That's the one on the back.
I think so.
yeah.
Those are common, that.
Apartment residents, there's no way to collect. If there's a resident that the board decides to put a lien against a property, that's one thing, but apartment and
There's no recourse for us.
Right.
in that
other
instance.
living arrangements.
For that amount, there should have been a lien.
Well, it's
That one apartment
it's
had that
apartment
many?
dwellers.
Oh, yeah.
We have about half and half, apartments and half property owners.
Yeah. And unfortunately, as in this case, you know,
Because of
they
the
go
one.
through all this, and then the person ends up passing, and then, you know, I think we're billing quarterly now.
Annually,
We're only billing once a year.
once a year, because there's no way to keep
Yeah,
track.
two runs a year,
Because all
so after that fiscal
accumulates
year
We
throughout the
used to
closes.
bill it quarterly.
That, again, was one of those, it didn't make sense, because every 3 months you're recalculating, you know, stacks of runs to try and see who made more than 2 in one quarter, so it's done annually.
Yeah, I don't know how you'd bill quarterly if it's
Yeah,
2
but-
per year.
Yeah,
Oh, we did, I did. It was a running list on the computer.
Yeah, I guess if they went over 2 in the first quarter, you know they're over 2 already, right?
Well, I know, it was a way to keep track of it, but
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
extensive, just like the health reimbursement thing, it's a whole thing. But anyway,
So what do you wanna do with this?
well.
Any
she's-
suggestions?
She's asked for this, so I think we need to vote on it, because she has asked this to come to the board for consideration to waive it.
Well, we would need a motion and a second to,
I will make a motion to waive the $500 emergency run charges
I support.
based at 5970.
support for anybody? Okay. Probably a roll call, it's money, right?
Yeah. Treasurer Hart,
yes.
trustee Babel,
Yes.
trustee Blackstock,
No.
trustee Ridgely,
Yes.
clerk Matei, yes, supervisor Westrick,
Yes. Yeah, motion's carried. Do we need to do some work to this ordinance?
I was gonna say, I'd like to make a motion to either update it or see other options, like the millage, or it just seems that a lot of these are
Well, it
not
was probably put in
collectible.
place because of the abuse of one person.
Yeah,
And therefore it catches all for everything else, so.
right.
right. The problem becomes, you can't have a policy like this if you can't enforce it with everybody, such as the apartments. So that's where the problem comes in. That's where, like, a millage would help with that. Yes, everybody bears the cost, but it's give and take. Someday you may need it.
It's like offered as well, like a fire, police protection,
Yes.
it's that same,
So how do we go about
Realm.
reviewing an ordinance? We together on that or something?
well, we normally, just discuss the changes and suggestions, and then we can come back with the draft. Why don't we,
Do we want to maybe put it on the agenda for next meeting for ideas of what we think we want to do with this ordinance then? Any suggested changes to it?
Yeah,
If any?
we can.
I mean,
Put it
we
on
have a
old
copy
business.
of it right here, right? So
Yeah.
we can review it and come back at the next meeting.
We can put it on the agenda as old business for the next meeting?
It'd be new business,
Hmm?
yeah, it would be new business,
Because it's separate, yeah, you're right.
yeah,
Okay,
yep,
moving on.
okay, next agenda.
ARPA funds determination for reporting requirement. I think we're just needing to authorize township manager to file the report that says if we've received less than $10 million, there's a checkbox to say, yeah, we did it right. Am I kind of right with that, Cindy?
Well, we know our amount that we're receiving, and one of the simplest and most streamlined options for the reporting part of it is to check that standard, what do they call it? Standard allowance option.
Yeah.
General
Is it-
government services.
Yeah, that's just a way of complying with what we have to do for that. Any
Well,
questions on that?
A report has to be filed by the
Right.
30th. This is the easiest way to do it. It doesn't make, you don't lose any control over how you spend the funds technically.
I'll make a motion that we do that. Required ARPA reporting by April 30th, and township manager can execute that.
Support.
Okay,
I think that's all in favor, right? Just for reporting. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next item, proposal for the 2022 bridge inspection. We asked to put this on the agenda here. It's and forgive me, Cindy, but it's the one bridge that's over the river, I believe.
in the park,
In the park.
Yes.
Railroad Bridge,
Yeah, and that one, we want to make sure that it's safe. The other ones, we're just doing ADA improvements, should we get that grant that we talked about, we wrote for. But this is to do inspection and allow PCE to go in there and take a look at it and to do the assessments. gotta get in a canoe or whatever they're gonna do and check it out and make any recommendations that, in case it needs to be done, we wanna keep it safe,
Right,
so,
been there a long time.
yes. So
I'll
basically,
make-
it's a fee for $2,075 authorizing PCE to do that work for us.
Do we know when it was inspected last?
From
Yes.
what I gathered from Blaine,
Yes,
it's
we
been a
do.
while.
We do?
It has
Never?
Yeah.
I don't remember it ever being,
It was
it's not documented anywhere.
there's no plate on it. that says so.
Okay.
How's that?
Yeah.
I think that we can,
That would explain it.
So,
Okay.
I'll make the
would
motion.
entertain a motion to approve that if,
Okay, Blackstock,
So moved.
support to that?
support.
Support.
All right, I guess we call a roll on that. Twenty.
Treasurer Hart,
Yes.
trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Westrick?
Yes.
Thank you.
Item number 6, we amended the agenda, so you're not getting out of here yet. Forget. Community Television Programming Service Agreement. I remember sitting in the audience for this one.
Yeah.
You guys talked about it. We wanted to kind of cap that, I believe, the percentage on that, and I think this is accomplishing that. So I guess we're looking to authorize the
Right.
township manager and the clerk to sign this new agreement. The terms are,
And we went, the only thing we changed was the, section 2.
yes,
We went back
50%.
to 3% of the 50% we get.
Yep.
So a motion would be in
First
order to
reading.
approve that.
So move.
I'll support it. And that's just authorizing contracts. So all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Second, number 7, but the second item on the amended, is approve a pay increase for seasonal worker from $14 to $15 an hour. Attached schedule, and it's recommended by Blaine, the DPW supervisor. It's just a seasonal rate. And if you work at McDonald's, you get $15 an hour now. I don't really see a problem with it, but does anybody have any questions with that?
No,
No.
I'll make that a motion.
Support.
Supported by Hart. I guess we'll call a roll. This is money, or does it?
Yep.
Yeah, clerk, please all roll.
Treasurer Hart?
Yes.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Westrick?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next item, number 8. We have an office trailer for the DPW supervisor that we placed down there. It was I believe a 6-month lease was the first one, but they wanted to increase our rate to 25% higher, I think it was, because we went to month automatically in the contract language. But I guess they'll renegotiate and take the rate back down if we sign an annual lease for that, and it's not gonna go away anytime soon, I guess, unless we build a new building or whatever we're gonna do, so,
I do have a question.
yeah.
Is it possible to look into maybe purchasing a little trailer rather than leasing it?
Yeah.
They're about 15,000.
A used one,
Well, depends on where you get it, yeah.
you know?
There's not a lot of them
Right.
out there right now.
No?
I already checked with the guy that has one.
Mm-hmm.
He won't do it for that money. He's gotta put an air conditioner in it.
Okay.
I mean, it was 700 and something because it was the 25% increase on the rate, but down to 420 for the trailer now.
Per year.
What do we, oh,
Per-
run rate
per
during lease
month.
terms before.
Is it
For
per
a year,
month?
Per month,
Oh, 420 per month?
yep.
So it decreased? Weren't we paying more than that?
Because
I thought so.
it went out of the contract and they changed the rate to month, and it jumped by 25%. Am I explaining that right, Cindy?
yeah, that was the fine print,
Ah,
yeah.
okay, so this
And I
went
So
back
we
to
discovered
the
it
rate.
in-
And they post, or predated, or whatever you want to say, they went back to the date that they started charging us 25% more instead of doing annual and take it to 420, I guess, so.
I have a question related to this. I know we've been discussing a new building.
I was just gonna say.
Is this
Yeah.
still on our wish list of,
Right, that's where I was
Have we
questioning.
started
I haven't seen the
anything,
wish
or are we
list
doing
yet,
anything
but I
about
know
it?
it's on my list. I think that it needs to be discussed soon.
I mean, we're spending
Right,
Yeah,
Yeah.
out the window.
for $6,000, I can't believe we can't find a place for an office.
Yeah.
right.
Right. or,
I would think that we'd want to be bringing that up soon. I've been working on it anyway. I talked to PC about it, and they gave me their estimates and whatnot for the building and their location sites. I'm working through that now, so I'd like to bring that up for discussion maybe here in the next meeting.
good. Is this the second year of the contract?
Wasn't the first period 6 months?
It was a 6-month.
Oh, it was 6
So maybe
months.
this is,
Yeah.
yeah.
It started in
Okay.
July, it expired in December. They're willing to backdate to December through November.
If we do the 1 year.
Right.
We could start a building tomorrow. We probably wouldn't be done with it in a year, but.
I was gonna say that even if we
well,
did
if
have
do,
it,
we can do.
but
But I
like
did
Herb
make some phone
said,
calls to Sandy too.
is
I
there
thought the same thing.
not another place we can find for an
Yeah,
office
find it.
rather than renting
No.
this for a year?
Nothing available, huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
how,
He had no one, but there's no air conditioning and doing, I'm not buying it.
I mean, is he constantly in the office where he would, you know, where we can't find another spot for him right now? Or-
Well, look at our office. We're doubling up
I
as
know.
it is, and we have not even enough room to run a proper election anymore.
Put him in the corner over there?
In that closet? No.
Yeah,
I
this
guess
is
as a short-term solution, otherwise I would say if we're gonna think about maybe 2-3 year term kind of thing, I would think we should be able to find something for sale, used or, I don't know, maybe even through Edison, maybe they did all that construction, they had all those contractors, maybe they have
Yeah,
a
that's-
connection
he
to
would- and they
something.
And they rent them too, from the same company.
Okay.
But this is, we're already, what, 3-4 months in? So this is really for the next,
This just gets us to the end of the year.
November,
this is, yeah, until November of this year, so it's really
yeah.
Well, I would
6 more months, 7 more months.
I'd be okay with this as long as we get something else in place, looking by the end of this term,
We definitely need
to
to,
get something
long
set
term.
up somewhere.
Yeah.
One of our facilities or whatever it be.
I agree.
I mean, we're just throwing money out the window. Okay, I'll make a motion to approve this agreement for the term specified at $420 plus taxes per month.
Support.
Is there any other discussion or questions on this? This is the dollar thing we better call it. roll.
Treasurer Hart?
Yes.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Westrick?
Yes. Okay, I think that's it for the new business. Any announcements, anybody? Don't have any? Member comments? Anything?
Nope.
Okay, well, with that, a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
8:48.
I'll support.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye,
Hi,
Opposed? We're done.
thank you.
very good.